Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be platinum Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm going to take one playthrough. It's a 5 out of 10 difficulty and 200 plus hours, although it's going to take more than that, I know. 33 single player trophies and 18 online trophies, leading to 52 for the platinum. I'm going to complete this with the stories and missable trophies first, then clean up, and then online trophies. This game, in my opinion, is probably the best game ever, so let's get right into it. Meet up with a gang when they're on the run from the law after a job goes wrong in Blackwater. We will also get to meet a playable character, Arthur.
I found a place where we can get some shelter.
After a small cutscene, we're into chapter 1, Colter. Where we finally get the gang into a warm place and Dutch gives us one of his inspirational speeches.
Get yourselves warm. Stay strong. Stay with me.
After so, we head out to see if we can find some supplies. We end up running into one of the gang members, Micah, who tells us he's found something.
Found a little homestead down that way.
As such, we head towards the homestead to see what it's about. Dutch works his magic to see if he can get some supplies from the homeowners. But it turns out to be a problem.
There's a corpse right here.
We will have to spring into action to save Dutch. After the shootout, we can finally go into the house and look at the supplies.
Grab as many supplies as you can.
This gives the game to show us we have an opportunity to pick up absolutely everything in front of us, whether it be food or coin purses. After getting jumped in the barn and dealing with it, we find out there was a woman in the house.
We mean you no harm.
After the house accidentally burns down, we get Sailor back to the camp. We finish the first mission. After a good night rest, we move on to the next mission, enter pursued by a memory. But Abigail wants us to go and find someone we know very well from the first Red Dead.
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape again.
Even though we contested, us and Javier end up going out to try and find John. We end up exploring a mountain and finally find him on the edge of the cliff.
That's quite a scratch you got there.
If they finally get him back to camp, he's even still getting the blame for almost getting killed.
This is a new low, even by your standards.
After earning our first trophy of a game, the rest of the first chapter is pretty much us just learning the basics of a game, including hunting, skinning, and just any kind of combat we can get. After a few run-ins with O'Driscolls and robbing a train, we're finally ready to move. Uzziah thinks he's got the perfect place.
I told you we should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine.
And that's exactly what we do. We move into Horseshoe Overlook, and we also get a second trophy for completing chapter 1. In chapter 2, we're introduced to all the free roam activities we can complete, as well as a story mainly dealing around a Valentine town and what mischief we can get up to. Mainly trying to make money for us to escape back west.
So, while the rest of us are busy stealing, killing, lying, fighting to try to survive, you get to think all day.
Yeah, it's a strange world we live in, Arthur Morgan.
Shortly after, finally get to see what Valentine's is all about in the next mission. Small farming town. We do end up completing the said mission with a gold medal, which we need for the Gold Rush trophy. Throughout the game, we'll be trying to get as much gold medals as possible to make this easier. Also throughout the game, we've got a few missable trophies, which we'll have to complete bit by bit on each chapter. The ones you're seeing on the screen are missable, and if we do miss them, we'll have to play through the whole story again, so I don't plan on doing that. They include breaking and entering into a certain amount of houses, as well as putting an amount of money into the box, completing the amount of companion apps in each camp, as well as getting any items the camp members ask for. After that, we make sure that everyone knows that we're in Valentine's.
Are you about to kiss that guy or punch him?
Where we find out that one of our members of the gang are still in Blackwater.
We left a lot of money there.
And young Sean, it seems.
Gone. You found him.
Yes, I have.
Which leads us to the mission, The First Shall Be the Last, where we find out how we're going to rescue Sean.
Sean is being moved up in Upper Montana, then to a federal prison out west.
Which leads us to following the bounty hunters to where they're keeping Sean and clearing out the mountains and the camp. Which leads us right to Sean. We can cut down from a tree and take him back to camp.
Do we get a hug, Arthur? A warm embrace for a lost brother now found.
As soon as we get back to camp, it turns out Kieran, the O'Driscoll, has some information about the O'Driscolls, but he needs some persuading.
Oh, don't worry. You're only balls, boy. Just gonna cause you trouble. Well, is all.
Okay, listen. I know where O'Driscoll's holed up.
After that, we travel to the cabin to find out if Colm is there or not. After clearing out the camp, we get to the cabin and almost get killed. Kieran ends up saving our life. Shortly after, we check the cabin and Colm isn't there.
You alright?
Sure. Thank you. Colm O'Driscoll. He ain't here.
Shortly after, we get back to camp and it turns out Lenny is back from his adventure.
They got Micah! Dutch! Arthur!
What's going on?
They got Micah. He's been arrested for murder. He was in Strawberry.
It's okay, son. Breathe. Take that kid into town. Valentine, not Strawberry. Get him drunk.
After Lenny tells us the news, we're ordered to take Lenny into Valentine's to get him drunk, to relax him. This turns out to be one of the funniest missions in the full game. Shortly after we dry out, Strauss has got us some debts that we need to collect. We end up collecting 2, but this one doesn't feel the same.
You borrowed money from my business partner, Herr Strauss. You owe him, you took the money. He wants it back, what's not to understand? Where's
As soon as we get back to camp, John has a proposition for us.
Mary Beth overheard something about a train full of wealthy folk going down through Scarlet Meadows just south of state border.
Ends up telling us a few ideas how we can rob a train.
Of course. We get a wagon full of something flammable, oil.
After getting the wagon full of oil, we end up doing the train robbery, just like something out the movies. After stopping the train, we end up taking everything off of everyone on board, but of course that doesn't go right. We end up in a massive shootout from all the law in the area. After so, we make a quick getaway and split the money.
That was fun, boys.
Shortly after, we end up donating more than 250 into the loot box, getting our first missable trophy of the story. Shortly after, we end up doing a favour for Abigail and taking Jack fishing. Whilst doing so, we end up running into 2 agents, Agent Milton and Agent Ross. It turns out our time and Valentine might be short-lived.
What a fine young man. In such complex circumstances. Arthur, isn't it? Arthur Morgan?
Who are you?
Yes, Arthur Morgan. Vanderlyn's most trusted associate.
You people venerate savagery, and you will die. Savagely. All of you.
Oh, we're all gonna die, Agent.
Some of us sooner than others. Good day, Mr. Morgan.
We go straight back to camp to tell Dutch what happened, and this is his answer.
Well, what do we do now? I say we do nothing.
Which might turn out to be a mistake, because this man that we've been robbing the whole time, Cornwall, tracks us down in Valentine.
My name is Leviticus Cornwall. I am not a man to be messed with by the likes of you.
After so, we have to fight our way throughout Valentine to make our escape, fighting Cornwall's men as well as the sheriffs, to get to the end of town and make our escape, leaving us one more thing to do before we move camp. And unfortunately, that's to release Micah for prison.
You going to get me out of here?
I ain't decided yet.
Real funny.
Oh, I ain't joking, cowpoke.
Unfortunately, against our better judgment, we end up releasing Micah as ordered. Which, you know how this goes now. We end up killing half the town and making our escape back to camp. And whilst back at camp, we get the final mission of Chapter 2, finding a new camp location.
Dewberry Creek, he said. Okay, maybe you and Charles can go take a look.
And that's exactly what we do. We end up clearing out some enemies, as well as getting all the members of the gang to a new camp location, starting Chapter 3, Clemens point. After so, I got a trophy for completing chapter 2. Before jumping into the story of chapter 3, we do some miscellaneous trophies. First of all, we do the errand boy trophy, which we deliver 5 item requests to the members of the camp to get a trophy. Shortly after that, we complete the locked and loaded trophy for customising one of our weapons fully. In chapter 3, the main plot of the story is the two families in Rhodes, the Braithwaites and the Greys. Our plan is to work for both families, to put them against each other, to find the ancient gold that's supposedly in the state.
The whole town is trapped in this interminable feud between the two families. His lot, Greys, and Braithwaites.
Interesting.
For doing some jobs for both families, we start off with the Greys. He puts us on to the Braithwaites' moonshine stills, which we destroy, as well as stealing the Braithwaites' horses. After so, we make connections with the Braithwaite family, and after returning the moonshine that we stole from them, they order us to give it out for free at the Grey's saloon, which causes a commotion. After that, we burn down the Grey's tobacco farms, causing tension between the two families. In the middle or so, we've still got the feud with the O'Driscolls, and Micah comes up with a plan to cause some peace between the two families. We get Colm and Dutch to meet in open space whilst we cover them, and it goes exactly how you think.
What are we doing here? Go home. Is this thing over?
Turns out the full thing was just a plot to capture Arthur in hopes the gang would follow suit and find them.
Grab hold of him, you, and disappear.
Knowing this, we have to make a great escape. We somehow manage to get out underneath the basement, sneak away on the horse. After finally getting far enough away, we trust the horse can get us back to camp.
You'll be okay, Mr. Morgan. You're home.
After a few weeks of rest, we're back in action, and it turns out Bill has organised a job with the Greys. It doesn't seem right.
Hey, hold up. This don't feel right.
Now it don't feel right. I could have told you.
After stupidly walking into an ambush, we have to defend ourselves in the town of Rhodes. After that, we go straight after the sheriff, which is the head of the Greys. Straight after that, we head back to camp, and it turns out we've got another problem. As the Braithwaites retaliate, it turns out we've taken Jack.
Where's my goddamn son? Where is he? Where's my son? They took him, didn't they? They took my son.
Who took him?
We think the Braithwaite woman took him.
The mission that follows seems to be the most pleasantly aesthetic mission in the game. We march straight into Braithwaite Manor to find out where Jack is. After taking out all the Braithwaite's guards, we also take out 2 of her sons and find her hiding in a closet, and we're looking for answers to where Jack is and if he's harmed.
You want me to kill you too, old woman?
You bastards!
Where's the boy?
My sons gave him to Angelo Bronte. So my guess is Saint Denis. Either there or on the boat to Italy.
Let's go. Arthur, come on. What are we doing with her? Leave her.
I told you she was crazy.
Right after that massacre, we get back to camp, and it turns out that's not the only problem we have.
Hey, Dutch, we got a problem.
Not a problem. Visitors. I don't want to kill all these folk, Dutch. Just you.
I have an appointment to keep with.
What now?
We get out of here. And quick.
We do exactly as Dutch asks. We take off to find a new spot, but whilst doing so, we end up getting level 4 bonding with a horse and get another trophy. After clearing out the squatters that were in the house, we've got a new spot for the next chapter.
Welcome home, all of you, to my humble abode.
Shortly after, we take a ride into St. Denis to see if we can find out about Angelo Bronte, starting a new chapter. As soon as we went into St. Denis, we end up getting robbed, but we also find the place of Bronte.
Bronte?
At home, Avian Street opposite the park.
We get right back to Dutch and tell him the news. And soon as he does that, he organises a meeting with Angelo, who tells us to do one simple mission and we'll get Jack back.
Should I be out of pocket over a misunderstanding? Of course I know you would not want that, huh?
Which we end up doing, and we get Jack back safe to Abigail. Shortly after that, we got another trophy for looting 250 from dead bodies. As well as that, we complete our last companion mission for the camp and get another missable trophy. Right after that, we complete another missable trophy, breaking and entering to get another missable trophy. In the meeting with Angelo, he ends up inviting us to a party, which Dutch sees an opportunity to see where the money is going in St. Denis.
Real one, I mean, but not yet.
A city bag.
Maybe. And a stuffed one.
And I heard about a high-stakes poker game.
But whilst at the party, Angelo tells us about a personal tip of his own.
Well, there's money at the trolley station. They keep a lot of cash there in the day. Now,
Whilst back at camp, us and Dutch try and find a solution to get all the money, but it turns out someone finds us first.
What the hell have they done to me?
Look, there in the tree line.
Everybody take cover! O'Driscoll boys are coming!
It turns out the O'Driscolls have found us first, killed Kieran, and tried to take out the rest of the camp members. Whilst defending the house, we find out Sadie is the baddest ass out of all of us, but after a while we end up driving the O'Driscolls out of camp.
Cowards!
Everyone in camp seems to be safe, but unfortunately we can't say the same for Kieran. Shortly after, we end up meeting a man we met at the party, Mr. Miller, who tells us about a problem that the Native American are having.
Say, can you steal things?
Is there a reason you're asking me to incriminate myself, Mr. Miller?
Well, I'm sorry. Have you met? This is Rains Fall, a great chief, and his son, Eagle Flies.
Gentlemen?
After hearing the problem, we decide to help, but not right away. We'll come back to that later in the chapter. But right now, we're acting on one of the tips we heard at the party, and we've got a riverboat to rob. The idea is to get into the safe and steal the money by winning big at the poker game.
Why, I got a watch. Look at you. An expensive one. Real fine.
After winning the last hand, we get marched right up to the safe and end up looting it fully.
Take his gun, Arthur.
I guess you were right. Only an idiot would give a greaser a gun. Idiot, huh?
Shit, let's hope no one heard that. Quick, clear the safe, let's get out of here.
There he is! Shoot that man!
Come on, Arthur! We gotta get out of here!
Of course, like everything else in this game, it goes suddenly wrong and we've got to make a grand escape by jumping over the edge. Shortly after, we act on a tip that Angelo gave us and rob the trolley station.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery. Behave as I tell you. In there, he told us there was. Look again.
There's no stacks. A few dollars in coins, that's it.
Damn! We got a problem. There's a ton of cops out there.
Come on now! We got you surrounded!
That greasy son of a bitch, he set us up.
After getting set up, we end up making a grand escape on the trolley, but of course that ends up crashing too. After the crash, we do escape St. Denis, but it turns out it was just for $15.
Oh, and a quarter. Don't forget the quarter. Shut up, Arthur.
After that, we go and finally meet Eagle Flies to sneak into the oil company.
His name is Danbury. There's the files in the office above the refinery room.
We have to sneak into the refinery without being spotted, so we jump in the back of the wagon. After so, we make our way up to the office.
You must be Danbury.
We end up having to negotiate with Danbury to give us a file, but after so, we make a quick escape and get caught. Thankfully, Eagle Flies was watching. We somehow manage to escape and give Eagle Flies the files and go on our separate ways. We get right back to camp and Dutch tells us about his plans on getting back at Angelo, but Hosea disagrees.
Angelo Bronte stands between us and our future. You'll damn us all.
We end up sneaking into Angelo's compound, killing all his guards and sweeping his house. After a wee while, we end up finding Angelo in his bedroom.
No, name your price. Name your price. Every man have a price. Eh? Okay, okay. No, I surrender. I surrender.
Should we kill him? Nah, let's take him to Dutch.
For the first time in the game, we finally get to see Dutch crack a little.
Jesus. Part of your philosophy books cover feeding a fella. Good goddamn alligator, Dutch.
The part that covers weakness. That part.
I don't know.
Well, I do. It ain't nice. I know it. But it is us or him.
Straight after that mission, we get right back to camp and get dressed for robbing the big bank of Lemoy.
6 weeks we're living life anew in a tropical idyll, spending the last of our days as banana farmers.
The plan is to wait for Hosea to make the distraction and go straight into the bank. We end up looting the safe the best we can, but of course, like everything else, nothing goes to plan.
Dutch! Get out here! Get out here now!
Someone must have squealed.
Never should have gone after Bronte, Dutch. Come on!
No! God damn it!
After watching Hosea die, we have to make a grand escape by blowing the wall with dynamite. After so, we make an escape onto the rooftops to find out John has been captured as well.
We lost John. Killed? Arrested? I couldn't help. Well, we better go. We'll be next.
Unfortunately, the deaths don't stop there, as young Lenny is next to go.
Lenny, he's dead. Oh, God, no!
After that, we make our escape through St. Denis at the dead of night onto a boat. It ends up taking us to Cuba. But of course, that doesn't go to plan either. It ends up going down in the middle of a storm. We ended up stranded on an island with no chance of escaping and no idea where the gang is. After a short bit of struggling walking, the game lets us know we're in Chapter 5, Guarma. We also got a trophy for completing Chapter 4. After wandering about for a bit, we do finally meet up with the gang.
You're alive.
Not long after that, we do get captured by the military on the island. Luckily for us, there's a local rebellion that allows us to escape and get free. But unfortunately, not everyone in the gang is so lucky and Javier takes a bullet. After escaping to a safe house, we plan to get Javier back and get back home. First things first, we need to go for Javier. For doing that, we pay this old woman to guide us through the caves to Fusar's compound. But whilst doing this, we see Dutch crack again.
You keep killing folk, Dutch. I'm just trying to make sure that some of us survive, Arthur.
Once we've got eyes on Javier, we plan a distraction so we can simply get him out of the compound. Under fire, we simply extract him back to camp. After that, we get back to the stronghold. It turns out Fusar doesn't want us to leave. He puts a Cuban navy on us to make sure we can't get out. Including that and the men, we still somehow get out. Problems don't stop there. Turns out the sea captain for our journey has got captured. We have to go and rescue him, as well as take out the guns around the perimeter. After taking out the guns, we find the sea captain, and it turns out we've got a standoff.
You maggots are going to die.
Here!
After killing his right hand man, we also take out Fusar with a cannon. Shortly after, we set sail for America. We get let off at Van Horn and make our way back to Shady Belle to see if the gang is still about. Whilst doing so, we find a letter from Sadie, but unfortunately the law shows up as well. We sneak past him, make our escape, and finally find the gang in a new location. But unfortunately, Bill asked about too much and it led the Pinkertons right to us. Mr. Milton and his friends join us, try and take out the full gang in its entirety.
Really starting to irritate me.
After a large gunfight had taken out most of the law in the state, we also used the Gatling gun that they brought against them. But this fight also shows the toll is taken on Arthur. After this fight, we actually find out that John's in prison as well.
What are you
gonna do about John, Dutch?
John,
He's in jail.
look at him.
Please, do something.
It shows evidently we need to move again. Us and Charles go and find a new place.
You and Charles, you take folks up that way.
And that's exactly what we do. We clear out all the enemies in Beaver Hall to allow the gang to move in. After doing that and getting everyone settled, it turns out Molly has appeared.
I did. I told them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I told them. I tell them again. Now I've got God's ear.
Told who what?
Mr. Milton and Mr. Ross about the bank robbery.
You.
She knew the rules, Arthur. What the hell is wrong with you?
Allowing us to get to chapter 6 and getting a trophy for completing chapter 5. As soon as we go into chapter 6, we see the reality of Arthur's illness finally hit him.
I mean, what appear to be the symptoms?
Well, I think you've heard them. I'm coughing.
Is there any blood?
Sometimes.
It's not good news.
I guess that.
You got tuberculosis. I'm really sorry for you, son. It's a hell of a thing.
Even though we've just found out we've got TB, we have to get right back to it to find John and Jessica.
Service.
Arthur Morgan.
Well, it's a nice, fresh day for flying, sir.
We hover over the prison grounds to find John doing yard work. After getting spotted, we make an escape, but it turns out Sadie has got herself into some troubles. O'Driscoll's has finally caught up with her, so we've got to defend her. Whilst doing that, she tells us some bad news.
They got Colm, the government. They got Colm O'Driscoll. They're gonna hang him in Saint Denis.
Hang him.
Straight after that, we do the last of Strauss's debt collecting, and we have a change of heart. So whilst doing that, we end up chucking Strauss out the camp, and for doing so, we get a lot of high honour. And since we've got a lot of high honour, we get the highest honour possible and get a trophy for doing so. After so, it's finally time to go after John. We sail all the way to the prison, take the guard hostage to get John back, who isn't doing yard work this time. After getting John back, we make an escape and bring him back to camp, but it's not the welcome he was expecting.
John! What are you doing here?
I win.
But I said that.
Yeah, I know what you said. I felt different.
Is that so?
After that, we meet up with Dutch and Micah to finally go after Cornwall.
I'll tell you what. You give me this ship, $10,000, and safe passage out of here, I'll let you live. I'll do no such thing. You sure? Good. I prefer it this way.
You lost your man! Noise, Arthur! Noise!
After we escape, you get to see the drift between Arthur and Dutch is getting much bigger than we thought.
Figure out what?
The plan.
We get back to camp, and our friend Rainsfall, who we helped earlier on, appears, and Dutch sees an opportunity to use him to his advantage. So we help the Native American horses escape from the army, and Dutch comes up with other plans to use him.
This is exactly the distraction that we need.
Shortly after, Dutch sends us and John on another distraction mission, where we tell John the truth.
You gotta go. Go. Don't look back.
Whilst doing the missions, we run into a few strangers that we've met in the past, and Arthur tells us the truth of how he is feeling. But whilst doing so, we come up to the next mission, where Colm is finally getting to hang. He was planning to escape, but we managed to kill all his guards and take the rest and make them watch. Whilst doing so, we get to see the scaredness on Colm's face.
Colm O'Driscoll, may God, in his infinite wisdom, have mercy upon your soul. Whenever you are ready.
For completing this mission, we get the third time lucky trophy. After that, Sadie finds the last hideout of our Driscolls. We get to do the last missable trophy of a story, lending a hand. We have to choose to help Sadie and take out all the O'Driscolls in Hanging Dog Ranch. Doing so, we get to finally see Sadie take revenge for the O'Driscolls killing her husband. Next up, we go for another miscellaneous trophy where we have to spend 5,000 in chops across the world. After doing so, we get the Pony Up trophy. Next mission up, Rainsfall comes to us to help again to go and attack the oil fields. Whilst doing this mission, we get to see the divide in the camp grow even bigger.
Go with them, try and help there, I'm better off alone.
We're riding with you.
Come on then. Yeah!
We finally run into Rainsfall and save his life. Dutch's plan worked, and he finally finds money belonging to the government.
This is it. State bonds.
But whilst making an escape, we finally see Dutch's true plan.
We got one! A white one! Dad? I need help! I need help! You ran away.
Oh, I did no such thing. Don't be a fool. They could be back here any minute.
We take Rainsfall back to his father, but unfortunately he doesn't make it. In this, we see the last of Charles as he elects to stay with the native family. As we get back to camp, Dutch tells us about his last final.
Don't know what you're saying, Dutch, but it seems like I've heard it all before.
Just one more.
There's always a goddamn train. Arthur!
This is different.
We have to jump onto the train in Saint Denis, but the train is different.
Should I just sneak on now?
God damn it.
We do finally catch up with the train and take out all the guards on the train. Whilst doing so, John. We manage to get all the army's payroll and finally get off the train before it collapses over the bridge that we blew up earlier.
Jesus. We're alive, just about. Where's John?
I tried.
He didn't make it. That patrol killed him.
John's supposedly dead, but as you see from half his face, I don't think he believes it for a second. But whilst getting back to camp, we would run into Tilly and
Who did?
Agent Milton and his men took her to Van Horn.
She's just a girl. They won't do nothing to her. But me and the boys know. We need to keep riding on this one, Dutch. You know it. Every man here knows it.
Just gonna let the boy make an orphan? It ain't like that. What is it like?
I wanna live, cowpoke. I still got the choice, Dutch. It's just a girl.
You're right. Dutch. Micah, it pains me to say it, Arthur, but he's right.
Dutch! Come on, boys.
Come on, Arthur. Let's go get her.
after seeing all the gang's moral code finally go out the window, we say goodbye to Tilly.
We to Copperhead Landing. Abigail and Mrs. Abbott.
Thank you, Arthur.
Judy elects to go in her cell, going through Van Horn, and us in the watchtower, sniping anyone who moves. But unfortunately, like everything else, that doesn't go right, and we have to go in to Van Horn ourselves. After thinking we're in the clear, Agent Milton tells us some truths we've been through.
Calm down, Mr. Morgan. That's quite a cough. Micah Bell?
Molly.
Molly O'Shea? Sweated her a couple of times, never talked a word. Micah Bell. We picked him up when the boys came back from the Caribbean. He's been a good boy ever since.
We finally see a chance to take down Agent Milton, but it turns out we've lost all our strength to TB. After getting away, we finally say goodbye to the girls and need one last ride to tell Doug. And it's finally time for the end bit of the story.
We all need to have a little chat.
Blacklaw, you're back. Hooray.
I just saw Agent Milton, Dutch. Abigail shot her. She's okay. Not that you care too much about that. You rats. All of you. Seems old Micah was pretty close to Milton.
What the hell are you talking about, Compo?
You talked.
That's a goddamn lie.
Dutch.
Dutch, think of the future.
Milton told me.
Dutch!
John?
Left me! Left me to die! My boy, I didn't have a choice. John, I didn't have a choice. Left me!
All of you, you pick your side now because this is over. All them years, Dutch, for this snake.
No, you be quiet, Mr. Bell.
There's Pinkertons coming, fast!
Now! Who amongst you is with me? And who is betraying me? Put your guns down! God damn it! Move! You ready, John?
After everything hitting the fan, we make our escape with John. As well as escaping the Pinkertons, we escape the gang. Unfortunately, we get cornered. We have to make a choice, and the rest doesn't need any voiceover to tell the story.
We ain't both gonna make it. Go. Now. I'll hold them up. It would mean a lot to me. Please. There ain't no more time for talk. Go.
Arthur!
Go to your family.
Arthur!
Get the hell out of here and be a goddamn man.
You're my brother.
I know.
I got you now, Black Lung!
Rat! You rat!
I'm a survivor, Black Lung!
God damn you. It is over. Now. Arthur. It's over. I gave you all I had. I did.
Let's go.
We can make it.
Come on, Dutch! Come on! Ah!
After probably the saddest scene in gaming history, it turns out we're not done yet, but we do get a trophy for completing chapter 6. We get to live through John's story of how he became who he was in Red Dead 1. First of all, we got a job in a ranch and do everything that you think a rancher would, but it turns out his true colours really show. Because of this, Abigail and Jack leaves us. We try to win her back by going to the bank and getting a loan. We buy the land of Beecher's Hope. Whilst coming out the bank, we run into a familiar face, Uncle.
Well, I thought you was dead, boy. Dead.
Uncle?
The very same. Come here.
Like the leech he is, he ends up coming with us.
I'm real sick, John.
Lumbago.
It turns out we got another letter from someone else we know, Sadie Adler.
John Marston.
It's good to see you.
Where we help her out with bounty hunting and get money for our loan.
Where shall I send the money? I ain't been paid yet.
Send on my behalf to West Elizabeth Cooperative Bank in Blackwater.
We also run into another familiar face, Charles, who's fighting in St. Denis.
I'm alive. So are you.
With Charles and Uncle's help, we end up building a new house for Abigail, something she would actually be proud of.
Gentlemen, to this happy home.
At the end of the mission, we end up writing to Abigail to tell her what we've done, and we end up getting the trophy Cowboy Builder. After a while of waiting, Abigail and Jack finally return to see the house that we built for them. Whilst they're back, we end up asking Abigail to marry us properly.
Will you marry me?
Get up. I am married to you.
No, I mean proper. In front of God.
Shut up, you silly man, and kiss me.
That brings us to one final mission, where Sadie has some news.
I found him. I found Micah.
No.
I got a lead.
We end up finding one of Micah's men, Cleet, and getting all the information we need out of him before doing what's deserved. Whilst getting to the area where Micah is supposedly holed up, Charles gets shot by a sniper and Sadie ends up getting stabbed, leaving us just ourselves to finally go after Micah. After searching the full camp, we finally run into the last spot.
Hello, Scarface. Did you miss me?
Not much.
All manner of folk paying social calls.
Hello, son. Mrs. Adler. It's been quite a while.
Now, John. Now. What were you saying?
Say something, Dutch. Say something.
I ain't got too much to say no more.
After putting about 9 bullets in Micah's head, he somehow walks away and finally does what everyone wanted him to do at the start and die.
Thank you.
Not only do we get to see Micah get killed, we get all the money that Dutch has kept from us the whole story. Leading us to get our last trophy for completing the full story. Although that masterpiece of a story is over, we've still got a lot to do to get the platinum, especially in the single player. We still have to get 100% completion for the full single player. We're going to run through that bit by bit in a part 2 video because I don't want you to miss any single bit of this game. So I'll see you in part 2.